You're not losing deals because your tech is weak. You are losing them because buyers can't feel the impact. Engineers default to features. Buyers glaze over, meetings end with "send me something," and momentum dies. Here's the fix. One question that flips the conversation from specs to stakes, plus a 4-step checklist you can run in any technical meeting without sounding salesy. I show you exact wording, real numbers, and a conveyor line example with the actual dialogue. Here's what this looks like in real life. I have two different examples. Engineer says this drive has 98.5% efficiency and active front-end regeneration. Buyer hears nothing. If the engineer says, well, what happens when this line fails? Buyer says, we lose 2,000 euros an hour and 8 people that stay around waiting. Same engineer, same tech, different question. Now the buyer is leaning in. Why? People remember stories and contrasts, not principles. This takes 20 seconds and creates a mental before and after that sticks. Here is the 4-step checklist and the system that you should use. 1. Ask the problem. Quantify the problem, then align the value and confirm the next steps. You'll notice this keeps you in your comfort zone. System causes effect while translating your expertise into their language, time, money, and risk. And the outcome? Clear numbers, a clear link between your solution and those numbers, and a clear next action with a date. Now let me show you exactly how to run each step with wording you can use today and pitfalls to avoid. Once you nail this flow, everything else clicks because you'll stop debating features in a vacuum and start moving projects forward on measurable impact. So step 1. Ask the problem. Why this matters. Skipping real problem discovery leads to beautiful demos that solve the wrong issue. You will have price objections that won't die and stakeholders who don't care about your product. If you remember nothing else, remember this. You can't align value to a problem you never defined in their terms. What to do? Inject a few business-focused questions into your technical discovery. You are not abandoning engineering, you are mapping the system in failure mode and connecting it to operational consequences. Use prompts like, okay, what triggered this project now? Where's the main risk in the current setup? What happens in production when this line stops? You will notice each question stays in system thinking. You are not asking how they feel, we are tracking the failure path. And how to execute? Set a 5 to 10 minutes window with no product talk. Say, let me understand the current failure path end to end. Then we can see if what we have fits. Get them to describe the sequence. Trigger, fault, detection, intervention, restart, fallout. Ask for the last real incident, not a hypothetical one. Common pitfalls is leading questions that can push toward your product, assuming causes before hearing the data, or jumping to yes, we can fix this too early. Quick win, get them to narrate the failure path step by step while you sketch a simple diagram. That sketch becomes the anchor to everything that follows. Think of your last client meeting. Did you sketch the failure path or did you just jump straight to the solution? Comment 1 if you sketch it and 2 if you didn't. Let's go to step number 2. Quantify the problem. Why this matters. Numbers turn annoying into must fix. They align maintenance, operations, finance, and leadership because numbers travel. Without qualification, every solution sounds nice to have. With it, priorities reorder. What to quantify? 4 variables give you 80% of the value: frequency, duration, people affected, and cost per hour. Start with ranges. Precisions come later. You are building credibility estate. You are not an audit. You can use prompts like, how often does this happen in a normal month? Roughly, how long does it stop production? When the line stops, how many people wait? If you had to estimate the loss per hour, what range makes sense? And how to execute this? Write estimates where everyone can see them. Ranges are fine: 3 to 4 stops, 30 to 40 minutes, 8 people, 1,500 to 2,000 per hour. Confirm out loud. Does this reflect your experience? Then compute a simple monthly cost on the spot. For example, 3.5 stops, 6 hours, price 1,750 per hour. That is 3,675 per month plus restart scrap. Common pitfalls: you are pushing for false precision, arguing about their numbers, or ignoring upstream or downstream effects like late orders or quality escapes. Quick win: get an agreement on the range and the math in the meeting. Once a number is on the page, the conversation naturally shifts from price to payback. Urgency shows up without you forcing it. Quick check. Can you name the 4 variables we just covered? Frequency, duration, people affected, and cost per hour. Great. Let's go to step 3. So step number 3, align value. Why this matters? Features don't sell, levers do. When you tie your solution to the numbers they just agree to, you move from nice specs to this reduces your cost and risk. The thing is most people miss is you don't need a speech, you need a clean mapping. What to do? Link each solution element to a qualified paying lever they named. Use their words. For example, you said roughly 8 hours a month are lost on trips. This package removes 2 failure points we saw in drives and controls that should reset, manual intervention, and restart scrap. Structured lever failure point, expected shift in the number. And how to execute? Keep it technical and specific. We add condition monitoring on the drive bus and debounce logic on the control input. Both target the intermittent fault you logged last quarter. Pause and ask if these 2 failure points cause half your trips. Putting them should reduce downtime by what? 30 to 50%? Pitfalls: generic claims, skipping their language, pretending constraints that don't really exist. Quick wins: restate their numbers first, then describe one lever that chances one number. Step 4, confirm next steps. Why this matters? Strong technical meetings die without a date action. Momentum isn't emotion, it's a calendar move with owners. What to do? End every meeting with a recap and the scheduled validation step. Keep it short and specific. Include who needs to be in the room. And how to execute? Try this close. Let me recap. We mapped the failure path, estimated about 3.5 per month in idle time plus scrap, and it identified 2 levers that should reduce trips. Next step is a validation workshop with maintenance to confirm logs and test the assumptions. How does next Thursday at 10 look? If they hesitate, offer 2 options and ask which works. Pitfalls: let's keep in touch. This is too vague. Or vague emails, or not inviting the decision makers. Quick win: within 1 hour, send a 3-bullet recap and a calendar invite with owners and agenda. Did you catch the math? 3.5 stops, 0.6 hours, and 1,750 euros per hour. This is a total of 3,750 euros per month. That's the number that changes the conversation. Rewind if you missed it. Now let's talk about common mistakes and the 3 traps to avoid. 1. Pitching before impact. Finish step 1 and 2 first. 2. Hunting exact numbers. Range works. Confirm later. 3. Vague next steps. Always send a summary and fix a date with the right stakeholders. Use one question and the 4-step checklist to turn specs into business impact and momentum. Here's your homework. In your next client call, ask, what happens when this fails? And write down their answer word for word. Then comment below. 1. They gave me numbers. 2. They had no answer. Or 3. I forgot to ask. I will respond with exactly what to do next based on your number. And if you want the full checklist as a PDF, it's in the description. Thank you for watching and see you to my next video.